News. Aigano Ndizi TV News. Obwansu Vumugusi. Magaro bengi omwanchu muri yobo television ya Ndizi TV andonsia soberete niguchara girechi seisato chubutuko bwalero ikinichi sechorogongo rwa Afrika ya mocha chingake ni alikiniri kigma eliwo kuletera mangana magia senchira yubo ikirano abasiki baito bano nigo find chinsinyo chonsi chorogongo rugusi liokone kyabuna bakobekira hamo mangana magia asenchira yubo ikirano kigma bono bunire butambiri tukure Jumamosi Erejara gire chinsi sato chabotuko nigo komerana na inche John Kebati asamangana majana maiga ya toma komerana asomuru buli Ekeumbu emarokoba yabono nyiramuna na mangi abiriga koenekiwa ime yorokonkurwa gusine bwo imensi ya Kenya egati yawe amateye monigo ekobori akanyorobo konyi kubwatikana n'umwana wo muswati oyobete gagusili bwo bwaje asense ya Saudi Arabia gwikabona umubiro wa yotraika nabo igo omurayi bwiki amakeudiem nabo igo oyole omurayi bo mubwazimio la umoja wa Kenya musikira ila udinga litukulia lero niko umirana na barayi bichi kanisa sinka ya karani miumuchi Nairobi bo igo sobotuko lero niko tole no mugoko kegima kumirana noyo mwase bali bago chorwa ase kirugo kyobo MCA no musao mo kegima nigamanikanete buna nigilitalia ya kurugo honorable Peter Gichana Otachi lietalinde bamubagete nigakuru kwenyororo lietene likirese nguri nyororo nigakuru kurese ward ya Monyerero ward imenye county ya Kisii no musao mo kegima bono litukolia lero sobotuko bwa lero nere tochukwana nere Elio kumanya ebirengerelio byaye nkikiagera gikamumunguso mono njerekia tumegete elio kopobua bali kwamera nere abanene komobua na bono nere oganyire iri guchagotianigwa nakoso emeremo koba omo MCA kurwase ward ya Monyerero yigotoka me county ya Kisii nigakurukwa honorable Peter Gichana Otachi enyororo nabamenyekanete kigima nigo ababwatira ninse kigima kabakururanse kigima bali alenge kurwanira nere keruge kyobo MCA Nemagoroba ya lero nere tubwate SMS yegaiga chiwika chinza chiria elio tukwanira mange kubwatekana na sarule nangiye komo omunguso ande yake ngayaruchie gwikiraboniga bono bonaje nainche toire libagelio eliokoranga toikiraniri alitubande gukora kila lituko ulia Jumatano butuko na bwego lituko Jumamosi ujakira chinza isa togwika chinza isa no chabutuko bono ayona yanda mange na rone yaliganiri kigime magoroba ya bono kwene kianga na komanyire na boigo tunyale koba mase mo gwika chinza isano ikinege kagi chinza ibire kurubono gwika chinza isano chabutuko asa mange tigatumbira na seke kekirabusyo tujaka mangana maya asenchira yubo kirano Wiyakigima mwanchu murigiri yebo television ya Ndizi TV kanikigetezeni na mpeye mo asoro gongorwa gusige kumanya mangana magia munabirika kuwateka kurwa chinsi nyochonsi nyoranga naboko ndase mitandao yetu ya YouTube Ndizi TV News goko genda aso mutandao Facebook nigo watonyorabuna Ndizi TV News Digital ili kwanyara koremiro bili yetu twabikire kabwili record na bugeli gochira yemo ase mogose live byo muno kigima olio nkonyo okoletera mangana magia senchira yomuntu obuyimanyiryo ligakurukwa Joshua Auta inche nigokurukwa John Kebati mangana magia asenchira yubukirano enkeje mo kurwa sikanyuro kya Kenyerere yigotoka semo ya Sameta ime county ya Kisii nigo bakubulie serikali ko babokonyi elio koleta omubere bwoyo mwaboyomo magega yo gusiria obugima bwaye kali me yense ya Saudi Arabia kulende gwika boniga chingaki batebetiwe omubere yo gwika ime ye yense ya Kenya tonyareti goikana bono nigo basabiro bokonyi korwa se balia babwato bokonyi bo ili kubakonya banyare komwania oyo mwabo musakito Joseph Tamisi ligatalire nkeyo no gukwaliganira boturu kubwatia asenchere y'ubuikirero
abamenyi ibekenyero gia kenyerere ime ya sameto nigo bali no moichano no gukumio konene magega ya bara bukuganya umobere bw'omwanchu obo nyagosira na umibarongo isabo konyarete ko bagagosiriria obugima bwaye asensi ya Saudi Arabia konyara ko bugutaika asensi ya Kenya no nyamaga ya bara bugotebigwa ng'omobero yo nigo oringe onyara ko bagoika asensi ya Kenya ewiki nyara ko bagigweta
akaenda Saudi Arabia kuigoria abana rene ono abere kuru Saudi Arabia abo matukayo nzi kura wika December paka yege tarehe moja akwa na abana enzi bio magana muri yeto ntenga abana ngabana nkona bara akwa na abana boitana kama mu babo kore biya ono ngire te ga tarasta ono robot ngana mu tayo no mi ku ono kuru tarasta wanye weekend madani wale ripoti isi mikalima ejia bachen ya itiga yuka mwiso wana tukate yuwanga Naomi no obeku membasi aja Kenya ndo agenda weka bosumu na tukatenga ya kuraganyika
kubatekana nangna biara nyagosira Naomi ibarongo yo nyarete ko bagakurwa ense ya Kenya guchi Saudi Arabia omwako nyara ko bagogweto mutenyo December nigo anyara ko bagagusira ubugima bwa ya tariki 5 nemo na wikira boniga branyora lichibuli abene eliri ko baenekeria nga omobero yo onyagosira no nyara ko bagogoikaga iga asengencho ya ogotinde kwa
namno mwana to achaine olengo mwana bw'omonto akabana nkumeti nantireta abana kakengo sabe sarakali amona tara muligere liga namasana marore iga ntabo mwana no chiro ntigire gaki monko nya gaki egara bana basome sukuru munandigire tiga kaki mbaba sakutuye bagaki abungare so wanta kuna mwachirega mama gaki abantu abaya gaki mama ngera ligocha egere go sabantu ban simpati moke
nonye magiga ye family yo konyara koba gegotuka elinde nyare koba gekonyora oboene bwa basebore gwikera aboniga nigo bagoteba bali gesunteime igekogera mbaranyara koba bakwenekeriwa lituko omobere oyo obwenete gwikiwa asense ya Kenya
twaganyira mana na twamyokamyo kene ndugo yana wekana kama tugaita twaganiri obokonyi no serikali yo matianya soine atokonya singiyo mwana ujundo kare mumpa tuatemira twanyarire twaganyira omobero tobori one tolebi sundeine
nonya nabo abamate bange mono nigo banyare ko bagosabe serikali nyare ko bagekoenekia inga yabwateranire gwetera ase embassy ya Kenya na iri ya Saudi Arabia koenekia buna omobero yo onyare ko bagoikiwa asense ya Kenya elinde bono emeroberio yo komwenia enyare ko bagekogenderera
enko wanyo mubiroika biroikira nyoboke abana banyuligereri cyano bale school abarambaga ne bare ne school
tamali tangoro kumachorka icyo mu muroma ne nona umi mama so agatakuru agachigotolike ono yakiro kweregira ale bono ntuko atiki kuraka tware gusaba matokon rinde ikegaiga ina tuisa nekenga okure tuamaro libe alina nkiturale
ya sama kita berasa tandi igongwae matulitiwe kenyereke pokongo kwa tanyarete kuru wikiri aeta tuachire batama korone segia ngoyo konyaro miroyo tuasinyure roto gosaba nguna abantu be media mutu assist na bana bara ibanda banene ba matiangi baba bachumbe baito era batokonye mu biro konyirushya ari Amerika na satande so bito njo nga to konyara ko rusumbe ro mata ari sokara Amerika bana mara biro bita manene ba matengo to bwatsie era mu biro nyara ko kiram yama
eke nakio ekerero kienga ya nyagusira Naomi nga serikali nyara ko bekwere gitambukiro kia bene anene gwetera ase ewizara elie chiza chesiko nyara ko bagekwendeke nga omubero nyagusira Naomi nyare ko bagokoretwa ase enga yabo kuripotera Ndizi TV kuri county ya Kisii Literane Josephat.
Nokugena gwaito buna abantu bo gwanchokuya nigo brachie egokonya mateyo eliokomanyoro yomwabo kurwa senselia Saudi Arabia eliokomoenia sinka yabo naburo gutumokie birengelio biabo keratogendrete busio ekera waboroki kwa bagendrete kuri nasi chizkuru nigo mo Bishop John Omangi wekanisa ya Anglican Church of God ni gobono atebire buna kuruna soro sagiar wakisi igaburi abayiboli kwaneke buna abana babo kugenda bali skuru eyemagiga barabu okobera isiko chingaki chukura challenge wakwa ime yensi ya Kenya bono nigo abamentire omukeke gima kwaneke buna bana wonspi bachire chiskuru.
Sisi kama wachungaji hapa mashinani tunaona wazazi wengi wako reluctant kuchukua watoto wao shuleni, hatujui ni nini inaendelea katika mawazo yao, lakini ukitembea kwa streets ni wachache wameenda. Tunajua wanafunzi wamepoteza sana hii mwaka, na hii ni jambo ambalo tutakuja kufikiriwa siku zijazo kwamba hii mwezi hata kama tulikuwa kikatiba kufanya uchaguzi mwezi wa 8 unaadhiri aje masomo ya wanafunzi katika taifa letu la Kenya. Wamepoteza sana after COVID na mambo mengi, na ikiwa tunapoteza masomo, so we are bringing up a generation ambayo haijakuwa well prepared to compete in the world market. So tuangalie sana kama hii muhula sasa inaenda kuisha, tuko wa muhula mwingine mchache. Walimu wako na kazi kubwa wanaenda kufanya under pressure, lakini tunawaombea watoto wetu wawe watulivu, na hata ile mtihani ya form 4 ikija kufanywa, kuna grading ambayo itaanza kuangaliwa jinsi ambavyo itahimiza watoto ambao wako hapa nyumbani.
Ekero tutigirize singani yu yijizkuru bakeya bayibuli kurwa se county ya Kisii nigo bono bagendrete kubulia omurembe elio kweneke buna nigo abana bakubera eskuru ase chinga kichi magayobochori obogokorekana egati yabwo ni Susan Wangari na boigo Monica Gichana abo bonsi baburi abayibuli bande kweneke buna nigo bakubiko omurembe na bali bonsi bataisanegeti na machibu yobochori bonene bwaita banyale goika gusiubwiki gambiro.
Kura tulipiga ingawa ambao haukutoseka, lakini hurumia watoto. Mnaona upande wa corona watoto wetu walikaa nyumbani sijui ni miezi ngapi. Hapa watoto wameumia kimasomo. Na chusi watoto walifunga mazule kulingana na upande wa kura. Sasa watoto si wameumia chameni kimasomo. Na sisi kama wasasi tunatoa hera, tunapeleka shuleni, lakini watoto hawasomi. Mara kwa mara watoto wako nyumbani. Kwa hivyo tunaomba wale ambao wameweka makesi ndani, mfikirie watoto wetu na muone watoto wameumia. Wewe kama mzazi, hata kama wewe hujakuwa mzazi, lakini kesho utakuwa mzazi.
Kwa tunaomba kama Wakenya wote mahali tuko, kama wazazi, kwa sababu hao watoto ni watoto wetu wa kila mtu. Mtoto si wa mtu mmoja, mtoto ni wa mzazi. Mtu ambaye anaitwa mzazi katika hii Kenya, huyo mtoto ni wake. Tafadhali tungeomba amani, kwa sababu wao watoto, kuna wenye wameenda wanaishi katika mabweni, kuna wenye wanatoka nyumbani wakienda mashule, kuna wenye wameenda tapaka mbalimbali. Sio eti wa Kisii wanasoma hapa Kisii, kuna wengine wanasoma Mombasa kutoka hapa Kisii, kuna wenye wanasoma Migori na ni wa hapa Kisii, kuna wenye wanasoma Homa Bay, kote hata Mombasa, hata wapi, hata Nairobi. Hao watoto wacha tuwaone kama ni watoto wetu.
Ekero tugendrete na mangana jijskuru omwalimu manene bweskuru ya Masege imeye bunge hanyali bali masaba Robinson Matara nigatogirie serikali asumurubulio omanyikarete buna CBC aseboigo aichane irokurusi gwaroro wechibese chiria cha CDF kolende nigo abolirie serikali guchia gosoa kuliria kerengererie kyo asenchera yuboime kegima roboti orwo asenchera yuboikirano.
On the government funding, we want to thank the government, the efforts it has made in funding our schools, the implementation of the CPC program. It is on the progress, it's on gear. The phase 1 and phase 2 classroom construction, we want to thank the government, particularly in my school. We have been able to do 2 classrooms which are now complete and ready for use. Phase 1 we were given 1 class, phase 2 we were given another one, and all those classes are now complete, ready to be used come January 2023. But we also want to thank the government on the support that we have always had from our CDF kitty. But we are now fearing now that it has been scrapped. We are fearing on what is going to happen because previously we have enjoyed a lot of support from the CDF kitty, particularly in the issues to do with infrastructure in our schools. The CDF kitty has been coming in handy and it has greatly assisted our schools. This time round, now that it has been scrapped, we are worried on what is going to happen so that we can get the same support that we have been getting. I hope the new government will see how best it can come in and sort out the issue of this CDF.
Chinga kicho mataranigo aburirie serikali kuchia kwire gitambukiro yo government abarimu anse gisukuru kopwatikana nimirime mengi tigarita se gisukuru echo magiga ya kiro kigosikwa singincho yobo choli na boigo abu magiga guturubanirwa n'uburoire bwa COVID-19.
To also believe that the new government is going to take a step and provide us with enough teachers who will be able to handle the new CPC, because we shall be having 2 admissions come next year, January, those joining junior secondary and those the normal admissions, which means this may need support from the government, particularly in the supply of teachers, so that we can be able to manage these learners. This has been a challenging period in our schools, particularly because of the just concluded national elections. And I want to thank God that we have now opened the schools, but we are fearing about time, particularly our candidates. Our candidates, they have not had enough time to cover the syllabus, but I want to hope with all the challenges, our teachers will work hard.
Ababwatani bekiama kia UDA na boigo bomobulia bwa Kenya Kwanza litukulia lero nigo oba umerana asenka yomurai bekiama kia UDA na boigo omurai bwa Kenya Kwanza omuske William Ruto yoro murai bwensi ya Kenya mochore eligo kwanira mangana mangi gati yabo kubaligania bali bachorwa kurwase kiama kia UDM chingaki echo omuske William Ruto ligera libagelio kubakwanira bakuri mirimo be serikali na kuboboria bakore mirimo yabo yo kenyene batigegwe sonania na mangana ndeye serikali Frida Kirubu nigatwaliganirio roboti oruo asenchira yuboikirano.
Omurai ogatano omochore bwense ya Kenya William Ruto nigaumirana na babwatani ba Kenya Kwanza Alliance na barai abachore kurwase kiama gia UDM imeya Karen asabari niko bwatrana kogendereria Kenya bosio.
When Roba and my other good brothers came and we had the first meeting, they told me that we have come here whether you like it or not. So there was no option of us not working together because we have a long history together. We have walked the political journey with many members of this UDM.
Gokwana asichinsemecho William Ruto nigo akulira abakori emirimo be serikali goteswanania ase siasa na gokorera abakenya emirimo ase ekerengo kerengaine.
A professional public service. We want all public servants to professionally stick to their oath of office and to serve all Kenyans equally, irrespective of their political affiliation. As Kenya Kwanza, we do not expect chiefs to run our Kenya Kwanza political programs. No.
Omanyakerogo o United Democratic Movement Dr. Senator Abdullahi Ali nigo agokera okwaligania na boigo obokoreri obuya bwa Kenya Kwanza Alliance.
But when we came here, we were received with open arms and welcomed very well. So as my friends have said earlier, we are at home and we are happy to be here. We have no regrets of coming here. We are not afraid of anybody. We don't fear anybody. We will get hold of anybody who has anything against us. Tutakutana kiwanjani. Tuko tayari kufanya kazi vile sheria inasema na tuendelee na mambo.
Omurai w'ekiama gia Ford Kenya Moses Wetangula nigateba buna siasa cia Kenya nigo ciaonjoreire na boigo abakenya mbanyore obusiburi.
And our president-elect has indicated very clearly that his election is a turning point in the history of the politics of Kenya. His election has actually shattered a devastating blow.
Aden Duale nigo amomochi omokonyi o Azimio la Umoja Martha Karua ase okogosereria omorai omochore ogatano William Ruto ase ogotabwati Richiko.
You know, I watched my good sister Martha Karua last night, and as a senior counsel, Honorable Wetangula will agree. I am not a lawyer, but I am a lawmaker. She needs to read Article 38 and Article 36 of the Constitution.
Omonogeri bwebunge Justin Muturi nigateba buna ondetayo orabatange kumirana na koegendereria ase ensi ya Kenya.
We know for a fact that there is nothing that can limit you from associating with those whom you want to.
Kithure Kindiki nigo boigo aerera ekikeirere ababunge konganya kurwa ase obomo bwa Azimio la Umoja.
That the fundamental right of the freedom of association is a basic human right to be enjoyed by both natural and juristic persons, meaning members of political parties, as well as the political parties themselves, enjoy the fundamental right of freedom of association unhindered.
Frida Kerubo, Ndizi TV.
Akana tutigarete asorobote ruomurahiyo mochore bwensi ya Kenya muske William Ruto lituko lya rero ni gomerna no motereri w'Ekeumbu Gia ndagira ensenkima ekiokimanyikante na World Food Program David Pensley ahiba kwanera mange nabarachi gokonya abarimi lyo gokobakeria bintu biri bigotumika asogokora oburimi na gokeania michande menene lyo bagwetera.
I had a meeting with the president of the World Food Program, who was supporting us with close to 1.5 million people in Kenya. We are all aware of the situation where we are with food prices, and we have agreed on an early meeting in the course of next week to begin the journey to see how we can support our farmers to be able to produce so that we can no longer suffer the hunger that millions of our citizens are suffering. So we have begun the process of consolidating information so that it can inform our next.
Abarai bichikanisa ni go bamutalira umurai w'ekiama kia ODM na boigo umurai bwa maburi abwa Azimio la Umoja wa Kenya muskira Raila Odinga asinga haya karni meyo muchu Nairobi liyo kwanera amange anene mono igoro yobacholi bwa babo weta na boigo omurembe kobiko imense ya Kenya maiga yumurai w'ekiama kia ODM gotugutrale amajibu agia bagakorariwa na Ekeumbu Gia Siasa no bacholi kia IBC azade babuna nigo atalinga maronge ayo enegetie watanekana egatie bakuri mirimo b'Ekeumbu kia IBC roboti urwo asenchiro yubikirano.
Tumefika sisi wana madhehebu mbalimbali kwa ajili ya kusali na yeye nyumbani kwake. Tumetumia muda mwingi kuomba, kujisikiza tunaonaje na tunajisikiaje, na pia tumetambua kwamba ni mtu mwenye moyo mgumu na sio mgumu, moyo tuiteje, moyo mwema kutamani nchi hii endelee na amani, endelee na haki, na zaidi wapigia kura tuliopiga kura tuna kwamba tujue ukweli wa mambo. Je, haki mambo yaliendaje, ukweli uliendaje?
We have had an opportunity to interact looking at what has happened in our country, and we have been assured and the country is at peace because of their performance in terms of advising the electorate that we need a peaceful country, and we can affirm that this family is a family that stands for peace.
Kera tutigalitia soroboti urwa Raila Odinga ni gobono amochirie baria agotebekana muna na ba buatani na buigo bakuri mirimo b'Ekeumbu Gia Siasa na obuchori kia IBC aso gwataranika kuria kwa bakokorolekana ase kiombe ikio na kurwa machibu asatebiremna nigo yaringe cheche kigima ikiagera nigo ataretete okworokereria kuria konyora abakenya babiri bagwaka chikura na kwene kyang'ani ng'oringe omubui asobachori obubwa kole tujitariki kianda cy'umutinyo wa 5 omwaka uyoiga.
Hivyo tumesema tunataka kujua ukweli iko wapi. Yale ambayo yametendeka katika nchi yetu ilikuwa ni mambo ya kushangaza, imeshika piga watu wengi na bumbuazi, na watu wengi wako katika hali ya huzuni mpaka siku ya leo. Ni kweli kuna wengine wachache ambao vile vile wana furaha wamesherekea. Hiyo ni haki ya kidemokrasia. Sisi tunajiuliza tu, na nimewaeleza ati mimi kama yule mwanariadha ambaye alienda kukimbia, na tumekimbia na mpaka tukafika mwisho, ambaye kwa kimombo inaitwa photo finish. Sasa naona wale marefari ambao walikuwa pale, mmoja mwingine anasema fulani ameshinda, mwingine anasema fulani ameshinda. Sasa haijulikani, na hii kitu inaweza kufanyika tu hapa kwetu Kenya.
Chinga kicho muske Raila Odinga nigabuburira abakenya kwendera kubiko murembe chinga kibarigetiye ko wenda busubwe kigambiro lyo kwamereria amachibu kurwa sikiombe ikyo gichimbe bino butori kya IBC.
Taifa letu nataka kuona amani ikidumu katika taifa letu. Ndio sababu tumeamua kutumia sheria na kuenda katika kwenye mbele mahakama kuu ili tupeleke ushahidi ambayo tuko nazo na kuonyesha kwamba ilikuwa ni mzaha, haikuwa ni uchaguzi. Tunataka kufanya hii kutetea demokrasia ya taifa letu ambayo watu wengi walipigania, wengine walikufa wakipigania demokrasia katika taifa letu. Tunafikiri ni jukumu letu sisi ambao tumebaki nyuma kuhakikisha kwamba hii hatua ambayo imefanyika hapa isiturudishe sisi nyuma kule tulikotoka kama Wakenya. Nataka kuendelea mbele. Nataka shukrani sana kwa viongozi wa dini kwa uamuzi yao.
Igotigana na Gia Siasa omulero munene ni gojibwete skuru ya bamura ya Kisumu oyusaliti nibo enyinge taramanyikana ekerengo kyaye oyonkorengana no mo county commissioner gusomo konyi bo county commissioner Hussein Alason oyotebrumna obotukibwa chakigwe eliyokwenekya ekerenga na boigoni kikegere tomulero yo ogachakigwa asomo basukano yo.
Preliminary investigation reveals that no life was lost, but nothing was salvaged. The entire luggage of students was burned. We are treating this one as arson, and investigations are on. We will of course use all the agencies, Kisumu Fire Department, Kenya Power, and the CID to get us to the bottom of this.
Chinga kicho muwaziri we wizarelia yejisemi muske George Magoha nigatebrebuna abayoboli nigo babonete ko bayigiria abana babo chimbwe chingia na komenta buna mbasamba chiskuru goika bachigokora amatemo abo agera kibokorekana mutinyo 12 omwelio bwo mwakoyo.
Problem is with the parents at home. If you think that by banning the school you will not do exams, you must not be wise, because you will do exams under the trees. That's how it's going to be. Because if you are mad, why don't you start by banning the house of your father? Are we together? And the parents will rebuild it. That's how it is, pure and simple. So if you look like you have children, go and talk to your children and engage.
Chinga kicho muwaziri Magoha nigamentre otebabuna kalenda yichiskuru teligo chigonchoria njerende yonsi amatemwa niga uchigokorwa bunabwo yabangetwe litangani na kiregento gwikagikirane abo mwelio uwo mwakoyoiga.
By the grace of God Almighty, it is our sincere prayer that the exam is done as is scheduled. The exam is usually carried out just to see how much the child has. Nobody is expected to get 100%. And usually if the best child gets 60%, then you prorate downwards and they still move forward. In my most humble opinion, that is the best way to go, rather than risking muddling the whole year as we have a new government coming in together with the double intake.
Mwanchu muligereria igonte tekwereri bageri gwakira ngambia mono kigima asogereri bakaria ho elio kuligereria mangana maya yigeteseni kyo nambeyemo kyomuno bike gusia sorogongo orurwensi rwagusi na boigo ense ya Kenya ni senkima ayo nara mangana maya senkira yubekiranu magaroba yabono bono mna nagotebya buli tangani magani no ikire asiji studio cheito nigamanyika tubuna Honorable Peter Gichana Otachi na endelie taliririnde amanyika tubuna nyororo no musao mokekegima nero chorwa buno mo MCA kurwa ase ward ya Monyerero yegotoka imeye county ya Kisii bono emorogoba ya bono nigontagete toireri bageri elio kumukwanira kegima no musao moke tomanye birenga byaye ninkiye kogera aboria oburayi bwo MCA yenere ntunde ya ntangani mungusokia buate njera kia tumegete kobabua bali baraba nena semyaka komubua na boigo birengeri bya embiribi ngiye gukorera abantu be ward ya Monyerero gusinki getarakorwa se ward yo buna butambe namba yesimi no ere igorogabo ase TV yao olikeli bori yao eli tunyale kumoboria emogoroba ya bono na tumumanye ngiyarure na indi ngiyaruchie bono yo no mogeni one ngakurukwa Honorable Peter Gichana Otachi wose nyororo to endale ase bali bakurigereria gwetera YouTube na Facebook. YouTube ya itoere Ndizi TV News na poigo Facebook nigere Ndizi TV News Digital. Link ye yero ngobutura tole kurende ngobeka tole. Link enya yomurobelio bw'Ekeumbu yego chakasigi kagitali gitambi gobono tobasa kugenda hale na tukobeke link enya no era abo oenane ucha sabasani elibanyale kuligera yomusao mokekigima obwate kerundo obwate chinguru kigima obwate kerenga utagete kugenda bosyo kigima tumanye nanga yarure nende nga yarochie ase magroba yabono buna nakotebia omurobeli bw'Ekeumbu nigo koletera abageni balia abakonkegima na boigo bakolire bintu bitali bya butambe igo chagaiga ekire kikerenga gitu mahega yugo kuro bacholi obanene naguchimutwe ntokoletera barayi bonsi yumbono tuachakire lituko tuachakana itukule Jumatano litukoletera omurayi yo etete atandi nere ta etete keroge kyukolende siri tukuli rero twakoleteire Honorable Peter Gichana Otachi naboiga abanda bange mbachigo ikagaiga bakaba governor bali babiri bagweta sebirogebyo igobono twari talikiga Ndizi TV igo tweroberete kigima mbono togochaka ngora kurende ngo ikatoraro togendare uri onkonya okoletera mangana magia asenchere yumuntu wabwibiyerokereryo niga kurukwa Joshua Auta inche nigonkurukwa John Kebati.